another Diary of a Griever named John Weaver, which is me. I think we're on April 8th, right? I think we're on April 8th. And it's Tuesday morning, early. And it's about 4:42 Pacific Standard Time. So while people try to talk about Trump and how his mental status is going out the door, how he likes war, and how Pete Hegseth is losing his mind by enjoying war. And I can never figure this asshole out, for one thing. He gets Bronze Stars for what? Did he ever fire a gun to earn Bronze Stars? And where was this combat at? Where was the action? Where was the paperwork on it? He calls himself a military leader? Not Trump. Meanwhile, we got Trump wanting more money for his war, and so does Hegseth. Taking it away from social programs, and not to mention NASA, space exploration, and anything regarding scientific, take the money away and leave them with zero. How's that grab you? Doesn't grab me at all. They want science fiction. They want science. We have the best scientists. We want this and we want that and we need to do this. And take the money away from their scientists at the same damn time. See, this is what I can't stand about the government right now. Robbing Peter to pay Paul, so to speak. And claim that you're in for science when you're robbing them blind and shutting programs and departments down, not to mention facilities. You already had Doge last year doing the damn dirty work. JPL kept losing people left and right throughout the years, even with Trump in office the first time. And because we had several aerospace companies trying to live on the government contracts just to get the pop fly around the moon going with 4 people. You got a Canadian in there. First time we get a Canadian out there in deep space. But we also have a woman out in deep space on the same 4-man team. Another guy who has never had his proverbial cherry popped when it came down for space exploration. And he also had the commander of the ship who did the International Space Station, but he came up there through Elon Musk's ship. But he commanded. He was up there. So, maybe a little bit of scientific exploration of the moon while they're doing the visual observations of the dark side of the moon. That's the thing concerning about the Apollo program. I know they were looking for, on the light side of the moon, of landing sites for their ship to Apollo ships to land. But nobody was doing photography back in the 60s of the dark side, which now our guys have done. And I've swung around the moon and coming home. Next 4 or 5 days, they'll be splashing down. Hail as heroes. Now we gotta wait another 1 or 2 more years, if we got the money in the budget during that time. If it hadn't been drained into artillery shells, warring with another country again, or with a different country maybe. See, this is what I can't stand about the fucking Republicans. They lie through their fucking teeth. They get us into a fucking war all the fucking time. Since when have you ever seen a Democrat throw people into the wolves? I mean, literally and figuratively at this point over here. Just to satisfy an ego. It's always the Republicans. Don't give me the static at this point over here. Republicans love war. They love the guns. They want to show how brave and strong they are by going through the guns and throwing their brave boys and girls into war because that's what makes them dead. coffin draped and buried at cemeteries or cremated. For ego, not battling for resources, it's for ego. Especially when we have the maggots. I didn't say mag guys, I said maggots because that's what they are. They reproduce. Their ideology keeps reproducing into something else. Now they can't stand. Oh, I love it. The four leaders, the leaders of the MAGAs, other than Trump and his assholes. No, the other ones who kept supporting how wonderful Trump is, they find themselves to get backstabbed by the bastard. Now they turn on him. I love this political infighting. I mean, the independents are having a field day over this. They're feasting on it. They're just as bad as the flies. They're worse than carrion eaters. And they're laughing and they're joking about, look at this, look at this. It's like social media has become a cesspool of piranhas going after each other. This is what we turn out to be, piranhas. We're eating each other alive, eating ourselves alive. I happen to stay away from it for a few days at a time. And I look back, and it's still the same damn thing. They're always pointing fingers at each other and laughing at each other. Not with glee, but with animosity. I don't get it. There's always the finger point. I did in my videos a long while ago what this meant. Hang on a second. I wear these wrist braces all the time. I go to sleep. Because I don't want my wrists getting screwed over like they were a long time ago. Being a keyboard jock all my life. Since junior high. The manual typewriters, and you thunk and thunk and thunk and thunk and thunk on the damn keys, just to make sure that you got the rhythm going. This is Baker, was a fanaticist. I should order something on that one. You could type without thinking, or actually type without looking. You do it automatically. Took me a while. Years. But after a while, I get damage on the wrists. Repetitive motion. Hurts like a bastard from the fingertips all the way down to the elbow. And it's not nerve compression either. It's muscle. But getting back to the hand. Okay. Make a fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, extend the forefinger forward. Okay. Now, to some people, it may look like a gun. The thumb is, well, let's see, kind of free from a lot of things. You can point any other kind of direction. But this is your accuser. This is the accuser, the forefinger. It points. But here's the thing. It accuses all the time. But where's the other 3 assholes? The other 3 are wrapped up, pointed right back at the originator. 1, 2, 3. Pointed at the accuser. Responsibility, accountability, transparency. Transparency, accountability, responsibility. But I'm supposed to be accusing. I'm supposed to be blaming people. Blame, 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 blame. I blame you. I blame you. I blame you. Blame, 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 blame. Make me feel good. Blame, 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 blame. So who are you really blaming? Yourself. I have to remind myself of that one. If I'm going to be accusing somebody, I better make damn sure I know the reasons why. And is it actually their fault? Or do I have a shared responsibility in the bullshit? When we had the elections in November 2024, we were told again and again and again what the hell we were trying to vote into. Nobody wanted to see Biden going back in office because he was failing. His body was failing, but his brain was still there. But he didn't have the stamina and energy. He had got Kamala Harris, who had a lot of stamina, who had a lot of energy, and could carry on. The reason why you get youth as vice president because you need the youth to help you do what you got to do to be the president of the United States. Of course, you could have had a senior guy to take over things until the senior guy probably has a heart attack or something, or a health condition that you don't even aware of. And then what do you do? I'd seen the episodes of West Wing, okay? The last season, the last few episodes, that last one where you have a young guy picks up on a senior citizen who's been in the office, been in the game for a hell of a long while, and yet, in the story and in real life, that character / actor passes away. So now you got a guy running the office without a vice president. Now he's got to pick another person to put in the office. But they didn't continue the series to do that. Wanted to see what happens. No. And in reality, we were having Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, struggling like crazy to stay in office, keep his head and his activities going. Then they called him Sleepy Joe because of his damn body was giving out on him. Then accused. Blah, 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 blah. See, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm blaming people. I'm Donald Trump. I'm blah, 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 blah. I'm the better guy. I'm the better guy. Ah. And then when the asshole gets in the office, he's doing the Sleepy Joe shit. He's conking out. But nobody accuses him of doing that. Even if he's on camera, they don't touch him with a 10-foot pole on that one. They don't accuse him for that one. But Joe Biden didn't go after him because he's a Democrat, isn't he? Well, those fucking assholes. Now me, I'm 60, okay? If I got into office, if I had gotten the president of the United States, I probably would be picking up somebody younger. Because I would need somebody to pick up the torch if or when I drop it. And I was hoping that the younger person would have gained experience in the office before I passed away. So maybe they would carry on what I was doing or what they wanted to accomplish, what they chose. Miss Harris didn't have the chance. She didn't. She wasn't going to get the chance either. But she would have been a good run right there. She had political experience. Not just running a state, but becoming part of the country and understanding it. True, she may have had different slants about the damn thing, and yeah, there may be a lot of controversial decisions, but at least she wouldn't have unleashed the hell we've got going on right now. But we'll never know, will we? She's not going to go back into the damn fray. I don't blame her. If she was going to be running for the governor of California, that's one thing. I'd vote for her. But she's not. So she's just going to be a political activist. That's about it. Meanwhile, We got a war caused by an old fart. We got the younger guys who are drooling over shit. A former AG is going to get her ass ripped in Congress. She's willing to do this shit. Steve Bannon got his Easter basket from the Supreme Court by avoiding Congress and their inquiry into him. He thinks he's special. Only because the Supreme Court is still bought and paid for by the Trumpettes. And the Republican Party still fucks up everybody. It's no wonder they all hate us. The world hates us. Yeah, we're going to be celebrating 250 years of glorious living in the United States. That's how it works. And while our assets are being dried up, our allies are turning their backs on us. The enemies are laughing their heads off. And we got an old gas bag doing the taco routine. Trump chickens out again. He chickens out. They call him Taco. They're trying to make him into some kind of, a Latino food source? I'd rather just call him Chicken. Why not? They turned him into a damn rubber ducky. They turned him into a damn diaper boy. I just got a sign in my office called No King's Day. A reminder. I vote in elected officials who are supposed to do their damn job, not become king. Only because I support the Constitution of the United States and these assholes don't. Maybe that's a fallacy of our country right now. Maybe that is a great fallacy right now. Because if we're not going to be following the Constitution, let's burn the son of a bitch and let's get into a civil war. Let's get into it, guys. You want the fire? You want to burn the country down? Let's do it. The Constitution doesn't mean a damn thing because the courts won't support it. Nor the lower courts up to the appellates to the federal. To the guys on the SCOTUS. If they really believed in the Constitution, we wouldn't be getting into our shit right now. But apparently they're playing cutesy about it. Meanwhile, the executive branch rules everything. When the ancestors, our forefathers, whatever you would want to call them, called the major fools and idiots without work, created the balance, the checks and balances that would keep our country going. We got somebody over here who doesn't believe in checks and balances, doesn't believe in the law, doesn't believe in rules and regulations. He only believes in what he can get rid of, actually get away with. And stealing from you assholes, just to enrich himself, and flip you off all the time. But he says he's the greatest president on earth. Give me a fucking break on this one. He bought your ass. Hook, line, and suckered. Now you wriggling worms of the United States, deal with the gas bag. Deal with the old chicken face. While he drools at you and wants to eat you alive like a real chicken would for worms. Or a bird does that to worms. He's got vultures. Hell, he may be part vulture. Just picking up on our flesh. Am I grossing you out? Good. That being said.